Welcome to what I hope will be a short period of time to be a refuge in these turbulent days. We are in unprecedented times, and nothing could feel better to me than for all of us to find a way to stay connected to ourselves, to each other, to our hearts, our minds, and spirits. So let's all start with our hands on our heart. And just take a few breaths to check in with the body that's underneath you, the one that you've brought today. And just find yourself dropping whatever was happening before you got here, doing your best to drop whatever might be coming next, and let yourself land here. Feel your pulse. Feel your energy. Let all of it be okay, exactly as it is, exactly as you are. And in this practice today, what I want to offer us is what I've been working with personally in the last week, and that is steadiness. For me, the practice of asana, meditation, breath work, nature, journaling, silence, connection, every one of those things helps me remind myself to go inward, to slow down, to listen deeply, and to tap into the steadiness that already lives deep at the bottom, underneath all of the surface chatter, all of the doubts, all of the fears, all of the energy. There is this steadiness. And I like to imagine that for many of us, we've had experiences in great big bodies of water where when you're on the surface, there's lots of noise and boats and people. And when you drop just one layer underneath, that starts to become more muffled, more quiet, more dim. And as you're willing, you start to drop deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper till you find yourself settled at the bottom. And in that bottom place, it's darker, it's more still, it's more quiet. That's the place where we can start to put in steadiness and take steadiness out for when we need it. So little that we can control in this current moment, and at the same time, our willingness to work with ourselves, to stay steady, to stay vulnerable, to stay honest, to know what's true for us, feels like the power of the practice. So we're going to do that today, and we're so happy to have brought you a very intimate group of our students from Raj Yoga Meditation here in Boulder. And what a wonderful thing to find something we can do in the midst of times when it feels so challenging to find something to do. So let's start together in child's pose, or you're welcome to stay in your seat. For those of you practicing at home, you might want a pillow or a block or something that you could use at the front and back of your space. You may find you need a little support. As we move forward, you're welcome to use something like a water bottle, a stack of books. This is the fun of practicing at home. You get to be creative about how your practice looks. And starting from this place of steadiness, let yourself feel the ground beneath you. Feeling that so many things will be coming and going in the days and the weeks, even the months. But with good fortune, we shall persevere, we shall stay steady. So when things settle, we can come right back into the world, right back to each other, and find that place that feels grounding, easeful, and supportive. Putting your attention on your breath without doing anything particular to it, just start to feel it as it moves in and as it moves out. Let it stretch your fingers forward or create some space between them. Let it create length along your neck, your spine. But mostly, perhaps, you can let it create a generous space between your ears. That this practice is a chance to pause all of the turnings of the mind so that you can feel grounded spaciousness. Good. Take one more gentle inhale. Open your mouth. Take a full exhale. Good. Through your nose, breathe in. Through your nose, downward dog, and exhale. Good. And from downward facing dog, lift your heels and your hips up nice and high. And then hover your knees just over your mat. Good. Begin to do that a few times. Move with your breath. And let your hands and feet ground you, steady you. Let your breath help find the flow and the movement, right? As the winds blow, as the things happen, how do you stay steady underneath it, in the face of it, behind it? Good. From downward facing dog, walk your hands back to your feet. And from here, interlace your fingers at either your low back or the base of your skull. Now this first time through, can you soften everything? Like a few exhales, just soften your knees, soften your elbows, let your head and neck be soft. Just passively fall over your legs. Good, gently shaking your head, yes. Good, then if you'd like, sometimes healthy tension relieves us of other tension. You could straighten your legs a little, you could straighten your arms a little, press down into your feet. But let each action you take reduce suffering and stress. I want to say that again. Let each action you take reduce suffering and stress. Good. From here, bring your hands to your waist and come all the way up to stand. Good. Bringing your hands to your heart will unite all of us together in the studio and those of you at home. Take a generous breath in. Tadasana, reach to the ceiling. Uttanasana, bow to the floor. Good. Hands to your legs, halfway lift. Good, and then bow down. 2 more times. Halfway lift, sternum forward, tailbone back, and fold down. Last time, lift up. Last time, fold down. Good. Walk to high plank. So what we're already seeing is that in every given moment, there's what's right for each of us. Can we listen to that and honor that regardless of what the people around us are doing? So as it pertains to this moment, you may want to drop your knees. You may want a little more water in your wrists, elbows and shoulders. You could pull your heart forward or your heels back. You could add or subtract breath, but it's important that you're listening to your own practice, to your own body, knowing what do you need in this practice. Good. As you exhale, lower all the way down to your belly. Beautiful. Cobra pose is next. Come onto your palms, lift your chest, and then bow forward back to your mat. Come onto your fingertips, take them a little wider and lift up. Good, and then bow back down. Beautiful. Last time, Cobra pose, lift up, pause at the top, bend your legs, draw your heels in toward the backs of your shoulders. Good, and then release all the way down. Tabletop is next. Tabletop, hands and knees. Good, send your right arm out to the right. Lift your shoulder, lift your eyes, lift your ribs, and then a couple times draw under, threading the needle, right? And we'll do this a few times, starting to get the fluid moving in your joints, starting to get the upper thoracic spine and rib cage awaken, and when you're ready, Bring your right temple or ear and your right shoulder to your mat. Because we're in these times we haven't been in before, we get to ask more questions than believe there are answers. And that's a great way to work our physical body. Is this the moment to reach my right fingers farther out to my left, or is it the time to relax down? And sometimes the only way we'll know is we'll try it, and if it doesn't work, we can come back. Good, come back to tabletop, and we'll take the other side, pressing into your knees and right palm. Send your left palm up to the sky, so your rib cage and eyes go with it, and then a few times thread that needle under and through until you're ready to come to stillness on your left side. Good, and the challenge of our practice here is in this stillness, can we use our breath, can we use our shape to, again, cultivate steadiness, resisting the urge to run off with the mind, with what's next, with are they backstocking toilet paper, all those things that have been bubbling around. Can you feel the temperature above the skin on your lip? Can you feel the movement of your ribs as you breathe? Tabletop is next, hands and knees. Take a steady breath in and then send your hips up and back, downward facing dog, downward facing dog. And then notice again, is it the practice where knees want to be soft? Is it the practice where there's a little more give to your elbows or heaviness to your head? But these questions help us create steadiness because we're not moving from default, we're moving from mindful, embodied connection. Good, take a steady breath in. Open your mouth, stick your tongue out and sigh. Good, do that again. Big breath in. Mouth open, exhale. Good, big breath in. This time through your nose, exhale. Bring your feet forward to the front of your mat. Lifting up halfway and folding down. Good, Tadasana, reach up. Interlace fingers behind your head. Good, chest lifts, eyes are right elbow to right hip. Press through your feet, lift through your left elbow. Good, come back through center, nice and tall, and then to the other side, drop over to your left. Good, come back to center, lift your palms up to the ceiling, and then drop your right arm down, left arm reaches over. Roll out your wrist, reach through both arms and hands. Good, come through center, lift up tall, and then to your left. Stretch, roll, go back through center, lift up. Fold forward, Uttanasana. Good, halfway lift, and then high plank. So again, when these challenges come up over and over, who will we be in them? Right? When any difficult situation passes, we get to ask ourselves, was I mostly a warning or an example? Good, lower all the way down to your mat. Cobra pose just one time, any variation, and then bow back to your mat. Good, tabletop or high plank to downward facing dog. Good, one big breath in, mouth open, exhale. Good, inhale, through your nose, exhale. Bring your feet forward. Halfway lift, fold down. Crow pose or a squat. Crow pose or a squat, Bakasana. This first time through, we'll take a minute to set you up. Hands at the distance of your shoulders, feet come together. Take one or both knees up to your tricep, beautiful. And then warrior two, right foot forward, left foot back, warrior two. Pause for a moment and think about what's the warrior energy you need right now. You could close your eyes or set them at one place and take a few breaths into that energy. Good. We'll take bound reverse warrior. Your left hand snakes around your back. Right arm reaches up. This could be a nice place to drop your left ear. You could even drop your eyes to your left foot. As you sink into your right knee, feel the options that make space and help you steady rather than stress. Good. Coming forward, bound half moon will be next. You've got an object in front of you to balance on. Find bound half moon. If you need to release the bind, you'll do that. You'll take your left arm up to the ceiling. Good. Put enough tension in your feet and the top of your head that you're steady. Good. Now from here, reverse dancers is the option. Right hand to foot, ankle, or pants. You could also simply take Shavasana, left hand to left foot or leg. Yep, and as you'll see, all of us here in the studio, we're pretty wobbly in these times, but we're doing our best, and it's pretty darn good. Warrior two, good work. Warrior two. Good, and now extended side angle. Bring your left hand towards the center of the room for you guys. For those of you at home, bring your left hand forward in front of you. Good, draw your left shoulder back. Left shoulder back. Good, and now to your left knee, Skandasana. Left knee bends, hands to your heart. Right toes flex towards your right hip. And this first time through, keep your right leg straight, but lift and lower your hips a few times. And feel even as you're on one foot, even as we work this balance sequence, there's a chance to create steadiness even in the chaos. Good. And now we've got goddess pose with I've got this arms. Toes out, heels in, sit low. Now spread your fingers wide, send your heart high. Cultivate that energy. I've got this. I'm doing the best I can. It is plenty. Beautiful. And a pivot to the back of your mat, crescent lunge. So your back heel lifts. And again, this first time, bend and straighten your right leg for me a little bit with you, will you? Yeah, just find your way into a little sensation. Noticing if you have some modifications or alterations you want to take. Good. And then we'll move to Dakasana airplane pose. Balancing on your left foot. Swing your arms and your leg back behind you. You've got blocks there if you want a grounded airplane. Good, heart forward, right heel's back, breath is steady. Feet side by side, chair pose. So feet can be together or apart, but you're in chair pose, Utkatasana. Right, and this is the thunderbolt, so feel the energy of the thunderbolt moving through you. You don't have to hold on to it, but ground that energy. Good, take a breath in, fold down over your legs, beautiful. Lifting halfway and folding down. Good, now here we go again. Crow pose or squat at the back of your mat. Crow or squat. If you're taking crow, feet together might be more helpful. And then take one knee up at a time. Good work. And now again, warrior two, right foot forward, left foot back. Let your eyes be steady. Feel the steadiness of your feet and legs. And then feel the steadiness of your mind following in line. Good, bound reverse warrior. Left hand behind you, right arm high. Maybe left ear to left shoulder. You could straighten and bend the right leg a little bit, but find spaciousness for yourself here. And here's that bound half moon. You've got an object to block something at the back of your mat. Launch yourself in that direction, stacking your left hip over right. And then if you'd like, reverse dancers, right hand to left foot, or Chapasana, left hand to left foot. And again, patience, Steadiness, compassion mentally will help the physical practice. Awesome. Warrior two, step back, warrior two. Good, extended side angle. Left hand away from center here, up overhead. Good, now Skandasana back to your left knee bends, right toes flex and lift. Lift and lower your hips a few times. Notice if you can hear the sound of your breath, if you can feel your legs here. Good, goddess pose with I've got this arms. Sit low, fingers spread, draw your shoulders back. This pose always makes me remember like we're all in this together, right? No more lone wolf. Good, back to the front of your mat, low lunge. Front of your mat, low lunge. Step to high plank. Your way to downward dog. Feel free to take chaturanga. Lower down and take cobra. Gently, directly push to down dog. And then again, a few breaths to get steady from that circular balancing sequence. Often when we're looking to teach grounding or steadiness, we teach this very low to the ground sequence. I'm suspecting there'll be a lot of those around, that's a good thing, but what I want to know is that we can be steady in the middle of feeling off balance. Good, that's going to be our flow, so let's together take a big breath in, and just once, open your mouth and exhale. Good, through your nose, breathe in. Through your nose, exhale. Bring your feet forward. Lifting halfway and bowing down. Crow pose or a squat. Left foot forward, right foot back to warrior two. Right arm around behind you, reverse bound warrior. Here you come forward to bound half moon. Stay here or take reverse dancers or chapasana. Patience with yourself, steady left foot. Beautiful, and then step back, warrior two. Good, extended side angle, come forward. You got it. Skandasana to your right knee bends, left leg straightens. Good, goddess with I've got this arms. Good, to the back of your mat, crescent lunge. Good, launch onto your right foot, Dakasana, airplane. Feet down, chair pose. Good, fold forward. Halfway lift, and fold again. Here comes that crow pose or a squat. Stay steady with yourself. And then your left foot forward and your right foot back. Good, bound reverse warrior, right arm around, left arm lifts. Bound half moon, come to that object at the back of your mat for support. Stay here or reverse dancers or chapasana, left hand to right foot or right hand to right foot. Warrior two is next. Good, extended side angle. And now Skandasana, to your right knee, left toes lift. Goddess pose, I've got this arms. To the front of your mat, low lunge to high plank. Flow to downward facing dog. Pause where you need to. Exhale fully. Big breath in. Big breath out. Again, a big breath in. And a big breath out. Good. Through your nose, inhale. Through your nose, exhale and out. Feet come forward. Lifting halfway and bowing down. Crow or a squat. Good, let the back of your neck stay long. Good, right foot forward, left foot back. Bound reverse warrior. Half moon with the bind coming forward. Reverse dancers or Chapasana. Good. Warrior two will be your release. Extended side angle, come forward. Left knee bends, Skandasana. Good. Goddess with I've got this arms. To the back of your mat, crescent lunge. Good. Airplane pose, make yourself light and fly. Chair pose, let the heat, let the tension move through you in the lightning bolt. With your exhale, bow forward. Good work. Halfway lift and fold down. Good. Crow or a squat. Good. And then left foot forward, right foot back. Reverse bound warrior. And then bound half moon to the back of your mat. Chapasana or reverse dancers. We'll meet together in Virabhadrasana 2, stepping back. Good. Skandasana to your, extended side angle. Let's do that first. And now Skandasana to your right knee. Good. Goddess with I've got this arms. To the front of your mat, low lunge, step to high plank and float. Good. A big breath in and a big breath out. One more time in. One more time out. Last time for our float, bring your feet forward to the front. Taking a halfway lift and folding down. Crow or squat. Good. Left foot forward, right foot back. Warrior two. Right arm around, bound reverse warrior. Come forward, bound half moon. Reverse dancers or Chapasana. Warrior two, float open. Extended side angle to the front. And then Skandasana to your right knee. Good. Goddess with I've got this arms. To the back of your mat, crescent lunge. Together, Dakasana, airplane. And then chair pose. Fold forward over your legs. Halfway lift. And fold down. Last time, crow or a squat here. Now your right foot forward and your left foot back. Bound reverse warrior, left arm around, right arm high. Half moon is next. Chapasana or reverse dancers. Good. Step back to Virabhadrasana 2. Extended side angle, reach with your arms. Skandasana to your left knee. Goddess with I've got this arms. Back to center, low lunge to the front of your mat. Step to high plank and pause. Roll to your right hand or forearm for Vashisthasana side plank. Good. From here, lift your top leg and take your top hand overhead to the center of the room. As you exhale, take your elbow back and feet together. Good. Good. So reach forward to center, lift that leg, and then draw your elbow back, feet together. One last time, reach forward. One last time, elbow back, feet together. Good. High plank and forearm plank. Forearm. Tap your right knee down, and then your left, and then just back and forth a little bit. Just calm your nervous system as best as you can, creating steadiness. Good. Coming to your left side, again, again, you could take left forearm side plank or side plank on your left hand. From here, inhale your right leg high, arms forward, elbow back, feet together. Good. Reach forward, lift up, elbow back, feet together. Last time reach, last time elbow and feet together. High plank, downward facing dog. Good, full breath in, and a full breath out. One more time in, one more time out. Walk your hands back to your feet, lifting halfway, and folding down. Good, come all the way up to stand. We'll take Virachasana, the tree pose. Bring both hands on top of each other, on top of your heart. You're welcome to use your block if you'd like for a tree pose to balance, but let's start with our right foot rooted and your left foot on your inner right leg. I always love the image that underneath the root system, underneath the surface, that all of our roots reach out to connect so that they can nourish and support each other. Returning both your feet to the mat, your hands to your heart. Take a few breaths to let that land, to let it steady you. And when you're ready, we'll take your left side. Tree pose, starting at center, and then feeling from that steady place. When you fill your own cup first, you have room for your branches, your energy to come out into the world around you. Bringing both feet to the mat, both hands back to center. A big breath in, and a big exhale. 2 more, breathe in, and out. Last inhale, last exhale. Tadasana. Fold forward, Uttanasana. Walk to high plank. Press to down dog. Send your right foot forward. Take your right arm up for a grounded twist. So you're welcome to use your block underneath your left hand if you'd like. Good. Now use your mind and your body to create steadiness here. Squeeze your inner thighs, energize from hand to hand, and start to let your right hand lift you up into a standing, open twist. Good, and then reach through your fingers, let your shoulders draw together. Let your breath steady you. Good, bring your hands together in front of your right shoulder and take revolved crescent lunge. Elbow comes to the outside of right thigh or knee. Feel as you're all twisted up, where is there still a sense of steady ease and freedom? Runner's lunge is next. Hands to the inside as you walk your foot right. You could put that block under your left quadricep. You could simply place your left knee on the mat. But again, use what you have around you to support you and ground you. 3 nourishing breaths. As you finish that third exhale, low lunge, bringing your right foot to center. 3-legged dog, right leg lifts to the ceiling, bend your upper leg. Good, stay here or turn yourself over, flip your dog. Bring your right hand to your chest, to your throat, the back of your head. Give yourself support and connection here. Ground your feet, ground your left hand. Let everything else be steadying in all directions. Downward facing dog. Great job. Downward facing dog. Big breath in. Big breath out. Good. Your left foot comes forward. Left arm high. Rounded twist. Good. Now feel your steadiness. Press and reach for steadiness. And now this time you'll let your left hand lift you all the way up to that open standing twist. Shoulders together, top of your head lifts, heart lifts. Beautiful. Hands together at your left shoulder, revolved crescent lunge. If you need to narrow or shorten your stance, this is not a time to overextend yourself. It's a time to pause, to slow down and adjust, to create ease and freedom. Runner's lunge. Walk your left foot over to the left, and again, maybe a prop under your right thigh or under your hands. But give yourself space to drop, to feel release. Low lunge, left foot to center. From low lunge, left leg high. Bend your left leg, stack your hips, and either stay opening or flipped over. Good. Now if you're over, feel your feet press, feel your right hand press. Take your left hand somewhere purposeful for you. Do you want it into space? Do you want it on your body? Good. Maybe a lion's breath. Open your mouth, stick your tongue out. Yeah, let out any tension that's on the surface. Downward facing dog, downward facing dog. Good. A big breath in and a big exhale. Good. Bring your feet to the mat, or I'm sorry, your knees to the mat and grab your blocks. Knees to the mat and grab your blocks. So we're going to work a supported camel as we wind down our practice. Blocks will be at either side of your feet. You'll start with your knees about the distance of your hips, bringing both hands onto your chest. And instead of arcing your back, you're going to keep a straight spine from your knees to the top of your head. So you're starting first by just warming up your quadriceps. All back bends originate from the legs, so we want to have nice warm legs in this shorter practice. Good, you can stay here. If you're ready, take your levers a little wider. We're back to I've got this arms. Nice long neutral spine. Go ahead, stay here. Take your hands at your low back and start to bring your shoulders back with your legs. Yep, so there's still dynamic flow, but you're coming up and back. Then next time, reach back and take your blocks, coming forward and back. Each time letting you open as much as your spine wants to. And then finally coming to that last place where you come into your version of camel. So lion's breath could be great here. Stick your tongue to your chin. Let your eyes cross down your nose. Feel the energy of the lion here. Beautiful. Then sit your hips back to your heels or onto one of your blocks and let your palms rest on your legs. Feel the energy that's churned up and let yourself settle. Feel the energy coursing through and let yourself settle. Good. One last back bend of this practice. Camel, any variation from what we took or something else. If you'd rather take a bridge or a wheel or another back bend, you'll do that here. You've got props. All right, so from this place of recovery and pause, Set your intention to bring yourself into one final back bend, a place to lift your heart, to open your chest, to find your way into steadiness and courage in this final back bend of practice. Use your props, find your way in, open your mouth, take lion's breath, remove the surface tension, open up the channels, let yourself tune in to what feels most purposeful, most powerful here. And when your back bend is complete, allow yourself to rest either in embryo pose with your forehead on the mat, or Supta Baddha Konasana with both blocks under your knees or lower thighs. And perhaps one of the most powerful things yoga has ever taught me is this moment, the pause. We don't have to go backwards. We don't have to go forwards and figure things out. We could just say, can I settle? Can I steady in this moment? Taking your time, finding your own way up to your seat. We'll bring both feet on the mat, hands behind you, and we'll take a seated figure four. Your right ankle will cross over your left thigh. If you want a little more tension on the hip, walk your hands and feet closer to center. If you want a little less tension, walk your feet and hands farther apart. Good. Now flex your right toes, lift your heart, and drop your shoulders and eyes. Press into your left foot and your hands tabletop, lift up. Left knee, hips, and shoulders in one line. And then gently lower your hips to the mat. Swing your left knee to the mat in front of you, right foot to the earth for a seated twist. From here, you'll take your right fingertips behind you at your low back. Lift your left arm high and twist to your right. Let each inhale take the top of your head a little higher. Each exhale, find a little bit more rotation through your shoulders. Slowly come to center, extend your legs long, give them a little shake. And then we'll take the other side, seated figure four. Feet come to your mat, left ankle this time on top of right. Wake up your feet, soften your neck. Feel the difference between the good tension of a flexed awake foot and what that allows to relax. Press into your right foot, send your hips to the ceiling. Reverse tabletop. With the top of your head, reach back, let your throat open. Good, slowly lower your hips down. Let your right knee fall to your mat and your left foot follow. Bringing your left hand at your low back. Take your right arm high and twist from your elbow or palm over to your left. Good. Let your lower body ground so that there's space for your upper body to open and relax and reduce any constriction. Slowly come back to center, unravel your legs, and bringing your feet to your mat. Roll all the way onto your back for happy baby. Happy baby pose. And feel in steadiness the room for each of us for levity, for lightness, for freedom in the middle of all of what's happening. Good, legs up the wall pose, plow or shoulder stand. Let your spine be heavy. Let your feet be light. And feel that when we've lost our footing and we need steadiness, one of the simplest things we can do is literally find the ground, find the earth. Slowly bring your knees back into your chest. Wrap your hands around your knees or shins and just have a moment of contact. As we start to move towards more days of less contact with other humans, it's important to keep the physical contact alive for us. So feel yourself here. And as you're ready, Shavasana. Shavasana. Set yourself up for surrender where you're comfortable. You have enough props underneath you that you can actually create the experience of surrender here. And if you'd like your meditation on your back or your side, you'll stay exactly as you are. And if for you it would be more useful to take your meditation from your seat, then you'll take your time to readjust and find yourself there. So often with our asana practice, we come into asana with a fair amount of energy and mental fluctuation. And with effort and good luck, we can find this fluctuation start to settle, start to bring us just below the surface or even a little bit underneath that. At that point, we come into our meditation where we have this possibility to keep dropping. And so as you find your shape for your meditation, let your breath, your closed eyes, your closed ears allow you to keep dropping like an anchor deeper and deeper into yourself. Feel the weight of your brain drop down and back into your skull. Feel your eyeballs in your sockets get heavy, soft, and viscous. So feel they're hydrated and easy and contained. And let your tongue fall into the lower palate so that the hinge of your jaw and mouth can be completely relaxed. Feel the energy of a very soft, steady smile across your eyes, your cheeks, and your lips. Let your face and your head be completely at ease and steady. Let your heavy tongue in the bottom lower palate drop all the way back to the root of your tongue. Feel the back of your throat start to soften and open. Feel the front of your throat start to soften and open. Allow your hands to be so heavy they melt your shoulders closer to your hips. Feel the tingling and the energy in your chest. Watch it, listen to it, allow it. And then can you relax around it? Feel your belly. Take out all muscle tone and let it just relax. Be free and at peace. Feel yourself sink from your face and your head into your throat and your chest, down your shoulders into your hands, into your belly, and finally your pelvis. Let the anchor find the sandy, rounded bottom at your pelvis. And feel no matter what storm is swirling above the surface, you have this deep, still, quiet place that resides in you. Let your legs be heavy and relaxed, serving no purpose other than just to be with you here. And feel no matter how stormy the waters get, how uncertain or out of control, that there is this place that also exists. It's grounded, hopeful, relaxed, open, strong. what's required to tap into this steadiness, this commitment, this willingness. Give that to yourself here. This last minute or two of meditation, feel free to scan your body, continuing to settle, or let yourself rest at the bottom as effortlessly and easily as you can. Preparing to close your practice, either on your back or from your seat. Bring both hands on top of your heart. And if you feel things starting to spin in the coming hours or days, come back to this steady place. Come back to yourself. Come back to what's well beneath the surface, which is a strong, steady human experience that we can draw upon whenever we choose. Breathing steady in and breathing steady out. Set your intention for yourself. What did your practice give you that you want to bring forward for the rest of this day? Bringing your palms together at your third eye center between your eyebrows. As always on this day, with gratitude that we have everything we need inside of us. Together we bow to the practice and experience of steadiness. Namaste.
Namaste.